What's up, tribe? Listen, I had a whole situation going on over here. What's up, y'all? Whew, got myself together. What's up? Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everybody. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? What's up, T Lounge? You've been on my mind. I've been meaning to check in on you. What's up, Ebbs? Hey, Carolyn, Tracy, C Golden. Hey, Ella. Mwah. I saw your message. Thank you so much for ordering them candles from Avon, honey. Thank you for the support. Happy birthday week. Peace, love. Peace Love's birthday is later on this week, you guys. Y'all make sure that y'all send her a happy birthday in the chat. And we'll be ready for your relaunch of your channel, which is it's going down on Thursday. You're going live on Thursday for your birthday and relaunching your channel and all that good stuff. Well, look who the Kendra again. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, babes. Yes, thank you, thank you, Jonathan. I accept the fact that when I'm not on screen, you can speak to Abby first, but when I'm up here, this is who you speak to first. Hey, little baby, what's up, Brandon? I'm ready with my satisfied stomach. I had myself some lovely pan fried cod with lemon sauce and yellow rice. Okay, that sounds good. Listen, that's what I was. Listen, that's what was going on over here. I was trying to hurry up and finish eating my dinner, and something went down. Did y'all hear me coughing? And something went down the wrong way, honey. Ooh, I had to get myself together real quick before I came up here. What's up, Lady Libra? And as always, thank you to all my members who are in the chat lit up in green. I got some stuff coming for y'all. I know I've been kind of neglecting y'all, but I got some stuff coming for y'all. Well, y'all did get y'all members only live review. We are doing marriage boot camp as a members only review. So if you are not a member, but if you are a member after this live, y'all make sure y'all go over there and check that out. Hey, Cams, what's up? What's up? What's up? And please don't forget that this Saturday, a new panel will be starting that I will be a part of. So will Abby Reviews will be a part of. We will be talking about the Ready to Love situation. And listen, the tea is already spilling over to the new season of Ready to Love. Okay. So we are going to get on top of that. We're going to they had a sneak peek. um which my plan was it wasn't you who ordered the candles, but you ordered plenty of other goodies. Oh, well, thank you. Mwah. Thank you, L Love. Thank you for the support. I thought you had left me a message about the candles being on sale, so I just assumed you had ordered them. Yes, honey, they are already talking about. We'll have a live discussion on the marriage boot camp. I can't say when it'll happen, but we'll have one. Yes, honey, they are already, people who know these people are already talking. People are already accusing them of not going on the show for the right reasons. People's ex girlfriends and ex boyfriends is coming down and talking. So listen, it's about to be a whole situation. All right, it is about to be a whole situation down to the Ready to Love. I was gonna do a review for the sneak peek, but I accidentally deleted it because they connected it to Love and Marriage Huntsville this week. And so I deleted it thinking, oh, well, I already watched Marriage Huntsville. I already put my review up. I deleted it. And then after I deleted it, I was like, damn it. So if I can get it so that I can just look at the sneak peek and not have to sit through Love and Marriage Huntsville, because when you do it on demand, you can't fast forward. And I'm not going to watch that whole episode again. I'm just not doing it. So if I can get to the sneak peek without having to go through Huntsville, then that's what I'm gonna do. But if not, yeah, I might not get that. Well, one on the cast without me having knowledge of any mess is already on my shit list. Well, I looked at the first like 20 minutes, and the first group, it's already one person that I was like, what the hell? So Abby said I need that yummy wrap. What yummy wrap? I have ad blocker and watched it on the OWN network app. Maybe I should. Well, I'm gonna see if I can try to find it through other means, but I'm just telling y'all what it is right now. Are they gonna need to give people polygraphs before they go on Ready to Love? I just think they need to stop looking. See, it's all about casting. It's all about what you're looking for when you're casting. If you're always looking for the person with the six-figure salary, the person with the perfect body that works out, that that's got multiple degrees. Like if that's who the norm is that you're looking for, then a lot of times you're going to get people who are just looking to brand themselves, looking to promote their business, because that's what they're being accused of, is that they're being accused that all they're trying to do is promote their businesses. Well, if the people you're casting are people who own businesses and who are who are small business owners or have side hustles, then you're gonna get a lot of people trying to promote what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you say, okay, like one of the ladies on there is a school teacher. And I think I might know what school she works at. I don't know her, but I think I might, just the way she was talking. But then when I went to her Instagram, she's got like her own like business, like a boutique or something. So again, yeah, she's a teacher, her 9 to 5, but she's also got a business. So if you're just constantly trying to push and promote, it's all about how you branding it. I'm trying to save it for the first episode. Keep my pressure down. Child, I think we little baby, we probably all talking about the same person. The guy that said he don't like, basically he was saying he don't like fat women, but he liked to date multiple women. And that he was like, all he does is cut and paste. If he meet like 5 women in one night, all he does is cut and paste the conversations. He say the same thing to all 5 women. That dude, and y'all think he's ready to love? Like, he's literally saying in his introduction interview, this is what he didn't say. I used to be a player. This is what I used to do. He said, this is how I date currently. Y'all think he ready to love? Martella, his mama, and her Rick Drain wig is an enabler. Where we get Martell from? Dominique, what you talking about? What you talking about, Martell? Yeah, I mean, but my thing is, he shouldn't have even been cast. Why is he on the show? If this show is about Ready to Love, and you clearly are letting us know that that is not what you're trying to do, you are not ready to love, why are you here? So I think as long as that's what they're doing, what's up, China White? I think as long as they're casting a certain way, then that's what they're going to continue to get. I've only looked at 2 seasons. This will be my 3rd season. But when you look at the people, the closest we came to a quote unquote regular person was the guy from last season who said he was a mailman and a recovering alcoholic, and he got voted off the first episode. Right? The lawyers and the real estate agents and the entrepreneurs who own their own businesses, those are the people that they're picking up. And it's no disrespect to, because I mean, I'm a regular person working a 9 to 5, then we had a couple of, thick women, we had a couple of thick guys, but they don't seem to get real far. The guys get further than the girls, but they don't seem to get real far. You know what I'm saying? I know one of the cast members, and he is exactly as you described. It's a promo play. Yeah. Well, girl, listen, peace, love. See if he'll come on to do an interview with me. Anyway, I was hoping I was going to know some of these people, because they cast, some of the people that they cast are in my age group. So I said, well, maybe I know some of these people, but as far as I know, I don't know none of these people. Now, I know people who know people, but I don't know any of these people. Oh, and the preview's coming up. But what are you talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville? Because we talking about Ready to Love, Dominique. I think you're talking about a different show, boo. I wish I knew them. Like I said, I was looking. I wish I knew, but I don't know these people. But yeah, so yeah, and a lot of them aren't from the DC area. I could tell a lot of them came here to go to school and they stayed. They're not from DC. I'm not saying, again, I didn't look at all of the intros, so I can't say that they are not, but from the few intros I saw, they don't seem like they're from DC. Not a lot of them. But listen, but we're here for it. Y'all can blame Lil Baby. She the one that got me watching this show, so that's what it is. I got a couple of quick unboxings, and then we're going to get into the mess. So the first unboxing is from Rasta Clot. Y'all know I told y'all I was going to order my Rasta Clot breast cancer awareness bracelet. I told y'all that there's a discount code for 20% off. If you go and put in your order and you put in Juggernaut, very few had a DC accent. Well, that don't mean nothing. Some DC accents are thicker than others, child. That don't mean nothing. Where my scissors? Y'all know I'm always looking for my damn scissors when it's time to open these things up. I don't know why I always, when I clean up, I put the scissors away, and then Need to try meeting to get over today's work. Oh, Miss Baythang, well, come on through, girl. You know my last couple of weeks have been a little rough for me too, honey. So I'm here for you, boo. So this is what the box looks like. Keep abreast. Get it? Keep abreast. Keep abreast. That's you. So this is the one that I ordered. They have three different styles. Three different styles. So this is the style that I ordered. Again, if I can get it open. Okay, here it is. The noise is back. God darn it. All right, hold on. All right, is it gone? What's up, New Jones? You know what I've noticed? That surprise, that noise has been popping up in my videos, but it'll be like a quick second, and then it's gone. And it happened to James. On his live yesterday, it happened to him. It went away real fast though. It didn't stay like mine stays. Is it gone? Hey, keep it cute. Start charging it. Rents. I know, right? I know. Start charging that thing rent because they want to stick around. All right. Is it gone? All right. So this is the one I ordered. And see, it's pink, but it's got y'all know blue is my favorite color. So it's got a purple blue blend, braided in, but it's still for the breast cancer awareness. And you see the heart, that's the roster class. It's got the little heart right there on the thing. Oh shoot. Dang on it. I left I forgot to put my watch on the charger last night, so I took it to work and I left it in the car. And my watch is about to die. I gotta run out after this live. I'll run out my car and get it. So there it is. So that's my breast cancer awareness. So I'll wear this the rest of the month for breast cancer awareness. And then of course, proceeds go. Yeah, I noticed it too. Little baby, that noise comes in. So that's my breast cancer awareness roster clap. And you see that's the heart right there is the same heart that's on the emblem part. And then I got this package in the mail today. I know who it's from. I just don't know what it is. I mean, I know what it is and I know who it's from. I just don't know. Y'all don't know what I'm saying after I open it up, child. Thank you, little baby. Put the discount code too. That's the website if y'all want to order, and the discount code is Juggernaut. Juggernut. Damn it. I should have got my scissors. God darn it. Golly. What is that? Jeez, Monet. Okay. Whew, jeez. Okay. Whew. Oh, look, it came in this own little bag, honey. Chez Trésor. Yes. My Chez Trésor merch, honey. Listen, Abby, go ahead and do me a favor. Type it in the chat. ChezTrésor.com. That's the website. If you want to go, go to visit the boutique. We've got masks, we got t-shirts, honey, got jewelry, got all kinds of stuff. But this is my Chez Trésor merch, honey. So that's why I knew he sent me a t-shirt. I just don't know what the t-shirt is. I know which one I told him I wanted, but that don't mean just because I told him I wanted it don't mean he got me what I said I wanted. He did give me the one I wanted. Look, y'all. Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorbs? So Chez Trésor. Yeah, tell him, daddy. So y'all go and get y'all some of this merch. This is SpillitBoy.com, aka James Colwell, aka Milan Trésor, aka Mother. So yes, I knew he was sending me a t-shirt. I just didn't know which one it was. So thank you. I have to give him a call when I get off of here. And we'll talk about it. Hold on, y'all. Give me a quick second. It is hot. Oh my gosh. I opened up the windows and I had turned the air off, but it is muggy. Like I am sweating. Hold on a quick second. Let me Let me do this. Oh my gosh, it is hot. Why is it so hot? Man, oh man, oh man. Okay. All right. I should have turned the ceiling fan on. Okay, y'all. Thank you, Young Rich. Thank you, Lady Libra. Yes, honey, I like it too. When he showed it to me, I was like, I want that one. But he was like, I don't know, I like it for myself. I was like, I want that one. But anyway, so yeah. All right, you guys. So we got a couple of things to talk about. Let's go ahead and get into it. So we got some sports news to talk about. First of all, let's talk about Kyrie Irving. If y'all don't know who Kyrie Irving is, what's up, Tabitha? Hey, babes. If y'all don't know who Kyrie Irving is he's an all-star basketball player. He plays for the Brooklyn Nets. I was going to say the New Jersey Nets. They're not the New Jersey Nets. They're the Brooklyn Nets. And you just did a short video using my saying. Okay, girl, what am I saying? What I say? What I had said? What I say, Tabitha? You did one of your TikToks. I be loving Tabitha's little videos down to the Instagram. I watch you on Instagram. I try to support you over on Instagram more so than TikTok because I know TikTok be playing with you over there. So Kyrie Irving is an all-star basketball player. Kyrie Irving has, he in the past has said some controversial things like thinking that the earth is flat, that kind of stuff. Elections have consequences. Yes, ma'am. Elections have consequences. Absolutely. I can't take credit for that, but I do say it a lot. But I don't know who said it first, but I know I got it from somewhere else. But but you are absolutely correct. They do. They absolutely do. So New York, because Brooklyn is in the state of New York, and because it is an NBA team and it has to follow the rules of, I guess, its parent state, the state where the team resides, I'm assuming, New York currently has the mandate that if he loves strippers too, well, he's refusing to get vaccinated. And so until he agrees to get vaccinated, he cannot play. So they said something like he's losing like $1 million a game or something so ridiculous of how much money he's potentially losing by not getting a vaccine. But here's the thing. Now, I'm not going to argue about to take the vaccine or not to take the vaccine because I feel like that ship has sailed. I have said what I have to say about it, and it is what it is. But here's what I have to say. Is he being dedicated to his beliefs, or is he just being a damn fool? I mean, you're basically putting your whole livelihood, which a lot of people are putting their life. There are a lot of people who are quitting their jobs or getting fired from their jobs rather than getting vaccinated. He ain't the first. He's not the only. But I do think he might be the one losing the most money. Kyrie and missing critical shots. He's on prayer for me. Cams, that's hilarious. That's funny. But I mean, it's something to be said about him willing to sacrifice basically his livelihood on that large of a scale. I'm not saying he's more important than a person making $60,000 a year or $30,000 a year, but I'm saying, NBA jobs don't come from a dime a dozen. So, like, is there something to be said for the fact that he's willing to sacrifice that for his unwillingness to get the shot? Or is he just dumb? Now, let's be clear. The fact that he questioned whether the earth was round sort of already answers that question for me. But I just thought I would throw it out to y'all. L Love said he being a damn fool. Right, Cams. That's what I said. That he questioned whether the earth was round, child. He said the earth was flat. I said. Folks talking about they waiting on lawsuits. Nobody's ruling in favor of tens of millions of people to the detriment of the whole country. I'm not so sure about that, C. Golden. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, we see that the governor of Texas has already reversed any mask mandates. So we see where there are some politicians in places that are working against any mandate for a vaccination or a mask mandate or anything. I'm not so sure that people won't win these lawsuits. I'm just going to be honest with you. And again, I'm nobody's lawyer, and I didn't go to nobody's law school. But I've seen. I mean, we've had people win lawsuits. The guy who sued the dry cleaners for losing his pants, and he sued them for like $1,500. He won. I mean, sir, it was a pair of pants. They weren't given to you by the queen. Like, they weren't made out of rare silkworm material. Like, they were a pair of freaking pants that you probably paid $30 for. He won $1,500 in court. I think he won more than that, actually, but he won like this large settlement in court. I mean, people went over dumb stuff, you know. It's his choice, and NBA made their choice. Exactly. Oh, and I ain't mad at him. Let's be clear, Tabitha, because the reality is the NBA has they have a bigger responsibility, because if they're going to open up the stands and they're going to open up, you know, for all of these people to come in and out of these arenas to enjoy the game, then it is their responsibility to make it as safe as they can possibly make it. And the safest that they can make it is 100% compliance on a vaccine. We know that a vaccine we know that the vaccine doesn't mean you're not going to catch it, but that is the safest that they can make that environment. So I agree with you 100%. Hey, Asia, Supreme number one. Wasn't the players union trying to do something about Kyrie's situation? Probably. A friend of mine is a union steward for the government. I'm not gonna say which department. And we were having that conversation. She, you know, there are people who are filing complaints, and because of her job as a union steward, she has to defend them against them not wanting to take the vaccine. That is their right to fight it. That is their right to question it. Doesn't mean that they're gonna win. Don't know. But she has to fight the good fight, even though she is, you know, 100% one of those people that's like, take the damn vaccine. Like, just take the vaccine. You know, but she has to do her job, you know, to defend it. My 40-year-old cousin don't want the COVID vaccine. Okay, she caught it and just came out the hospital after 2 months and now has a damaged lung and needs a breathing machine. The governor of Texas is extremely backwards and damn near everything. I wouldn't go on TV and open my mouth and let people know how dumb or stupid I am. Well, listen, we know that the governor of Texas and the governor of Florida, they have been on the wrong side of this from the beginning. Let's be clear. You know, when the history books are written, you know, they always use that term, you know, on the wrong side of history. There are people who are going to be on the wrong side of history when this is written in the history books, you know. Hey, Richard, where have you been? I missed you. How are you, sir? It's a waste of resources because case law supports vaccine mandates. Yeah, but again, I'm not a lawyer. I didn't go to nobody's law school. I think an argument can be made from both angles. Now, whether a judge will rule in one way or the other, that's another conversation. But I think the argument can be made either way. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying, you know, it is what it is. Because think about it, Cams. If those cases go to court in a place like Florida, where the governor doesn't back it, the governor has stacked his state Supreme Court. I mean, it is a fair thought to say that people could potentially win. Now, it could go all the way to the Supreme Court and maybe there'd be a different decision made. But when it goes to the state level Supreme Court, I mean the state court, not state Supreme Court, the state court, it's gonna be withheld 99 times out of 10 because the governor of Florida has stacked the court, and these are people that are going to side with what he has to say. You know what I mean? So, right, there are many more people like my cousin. Right, I think we grossly underestimate the amount of people who are anti-vaxxers. I think a lot of people aren't speaking on it. It's kind of the same thing. Think of it in the same mindset as a person who voted for Trump. He won. So there are a lot more people who voted for him than claim they voted for him. They just may not have said anything. They might lead you to believe that they didn't vote for him. They might even say, I ain't vote for Trump. I voted for Hillary. But the numbers don't lie. He won. I think it's the same thing with the vaxxers. I think there are a whole lot more people who are anti-vax than we know, than we are led to believe, than speak out about it. But again, like I said, I feel the way I feel, and people who feel the way they feel, what can I say? I just no comment. I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. I ain't going down that rabbit hole. So earlier today, El Teddy, and y'all go check El Teddy's live from earlier today. He spoke on John Gruden. Now, John Gruden, if you guys don't know who he is, John Gruden is probably a Hall of Fame coach. If I go check, he probably is in the Hall of Fame, but he certainly is up there with the conversations of a Hall of Fame coach. He Jacobson versus Massachusetts already settled it, but we'll see. I have to look that up, Cams. I'm not familiar because, like I said, I ain't no lawyer. I'll look it up, though. The new racism is vaccinated versus unvaccinated. I don't know about that. No, we didn't get the Wendy yet. We're going to get the Wendy in a minute. Excuse me. Jacobs, I had to write that down. Jacobson versus Massachusetts. I'm going to look that up, Cams. I'm going to look that up. Jacobson versus, I think I've heard of this case, but I'm going to look it up. And read it and see what you're talking about. Trump had more electoral college votes, which Congress needs to do away with. He did, but okay. But he still got the majority of the votes in the states that had the larger electoral college. So he still had to win Pennsylvania in order to get their electoral votes. He still had to win Florida in order to get their electoral votes. He still had to win Georgia in order to get their electoral votes. I agree, he did not win the popular vote. No, he did not. But he won the most votes in the areas that counted the most. And I agree, they need to get rid of the electoral college. Right, he got the votes to get the votes. I love law and politics. We can chat about it anytime. Okay, yeah, I love it too, Cam. That's why I said I'm gonna look that case up. And I'm not even saying I'm gonna look it up because I don't agree. I'm looking it up because I want to know for myself. So the next time the conversation come up, I can say, my man Cam's put me onto this case, y'all. I think this might be what it is, and this is how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Lady Lieber said, I'm glad I changed my mind about moving to Texas. Child, they playing games in Texas. So John Gruden, like I said, El Teddy did a live early today, and I was at work, so I didn't get a chance to hear the whole live. So I heard part of it, and then I had to go back and finish listening, and then I had to go look up some stuff for myself because apparently this case broke yesterday, and then we got more information either today or maybe it broke. What was yesterday? Was Monday? I guess the case broke yesterday, and then we got more information earlier today or late yesterday. So let's follow me on this one. The lieutenant governor of Idaho overturned the mask and vaccination mandates while the governor was out of town. Wow. Ain't that crazy? Hey, Auntie Dee. So the Washington football team, the team that I root for, that, let's be clear, they are not absolved of fuck shit. They got a lot of it. They had a situation that happened over the last 2 years where some former employees were complaining about the workplace environment. There was some sexual misconduct accused of one of the coaches or recruiters. It was a lot of F shit going on down to the headquarters of the Washington football team. As a result, there was an investigation, right? As a result of that investigation, 650,000 emails were turned over to the attorneys that were involved in this case, investigating workplace misconduct on the part of the Washington football team. In that, so you got to follow the trail on this one. In those 650,000 emails, some emails were uncovered where John Gruden, who was currently the coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, made some really nasty and vile comments about a variety of people. Now, how did he get involved, you might ask? Well, here we go. At the time that these emails were written, John Gruden was actually working for ESPN at the time. John Gruden was a coach, then he worked for ESPN, then he went back to being a coach. So these emails took place during the time period where he wasn't coaching a team, he was working for ESPN, and for whatever reason, he was emailing the president of operations for the Washington football team, Bruce Allen. I think they were probably friends and they were having these conversations back and forth with each other. So before I go any deeper, let me say this to y'all. Y'all really need to stop putting this shit in emails. I really thought that, now granted, a lot of these emails are from, some of them are as long ago as 10 years ago. So maybe 10 years ago, people wasn't thinking that deep about what they put in an email and what they don't put in an email. But y'all, please, y'all really got to stop saying certain things in things that can be preserved. Okay? Emails don't go nowhere. Even if you delete the email on your end, the email is not deleted on the other end. And as Hillary Clinton learned, there's a whole server that holds on to the emails. Okay? Y'all got to really be careful about what y'all saying to people in the emails. Okay? I want to know who did the piss off for them to make a John Gruden folder. Well, that's what happened. What happened was the lawyers were looking for other stuff and they stumbled into this. They were looking for evidence that would prove that working at the Washington football team, there was a I don't want to say it was a bad working environment, a hostile, that's the word I'm looking for, a hostile work environment. So they're looking to see what emails are going out, what emails are coming in, what people are saying about who's working there. Oh, well, that mother effer did X, Y, and Z, and this mother, you know what I mean? They're looking for evidence. So they stumbled, because let's be clear, John Gruden has never worked for the Washington football team. He has never been involved in anything dealing with a payroll. He may have been a consultant at one time, because John Gruden did consulting work. He may have consulted with the Washington football team, but he never worked for. So his emails, and they even one of the articles I read even talked about the fact that an argument was made that his emails were outside of the scope of the warrant because he never worked for them and he had nothing to do with the lawsuit. Emails last pretty long. Read your record retention policy at your job. Also, I'm mad at the media glossed over the racism and made it more about the other items. Well, the articles I read spoke on both, but I haven't looked at everything. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't looked at everything. I do fit. How do I say this? Because I don't want to piss nobody off. I do feel like more is being made about the misogynistic slurs and the homophobic slurs that are being made of the racial comment that he made. Record retention rules are real, can vary from department to department. They were doing a separate investigation about Washington football team and found this landmine. Yeah, that's exactly what they were doing. They weren't even, listen, if there ever was a case of friendly fire, John Gruden is that, because John Gruden wasn't even on their radar. Won't nobody looking for nothing about John Gruden. Won't nobody checking for John Gruden. Won't nobody paying attention to John Gruden. John Gruden is somewhere sitting at a bar getting drunk going, how the fuck did I get in this? Because he had nothing to do with this. This had nothing to do with him. I don't do anything on my work email. Even when my computer went down, y'all remember when my computer went down? Let me tell you something. I don't even log into my personal email from my work computer, because anything you pull up, they can get to. I don't log into my personal email. I don't pay no bills. I don't put any of my private information into my work computer. I don't do nothing on that computer but work. That's it. That's all. When I go to YouTube, I use my work email to log into YouTube. I don't even log into my personal YouTube to even look. I don't even look at personal YouTube. Like for example, yesterday we had parent teacher conference and my phone died at a certain point. So I said, well, my charger was in the car. I had left my charger in the car. I was like, well, I only have an hour of work left. I'm not walking all the way to my car. My phone dead. I went to YouTube, and you know what I did? I was looking at the news and stuff. I was like, I'm not even going into the quote unquote, reviews and all of this, so the celebrity gossip. I ain't even looking at none of that. I ain't even looking at none of that. Your text messages and emails that you send will still be there when your kids had their firstborn. You better say it again for the people in the back. Hey, La Queen, what's up, boo? That's how your coworker got fired. See, I'm telling y'all, Gruden must have an enemy. Well, what they're saying is that people were trying to cover it up. They were trying to cover it up. They were actually trying to protect Gruden. So some of the things that Gruden said was I'm paraphrasing all this because I ain't about to read the whole article, but just so you guys get an idea of some of the things that he said. So DeMaurice, is his last name Smith or Jones? DeMaurice Smith or DeMaurice Jones? He's the former president of the Players Association, the NFL Players Association, a black man. He made comments about the man having big lips. He made comments about, instead of calling him D. Morris, he called him Dumb Morris. Now, the Dumb Morris part, I probably would have, if that was all he had said, I'd have gave him a pass on that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because management and the union don't get along. And as somebody who worked in the union, we say shit about management and management says shit about us. And if they pull some of my old ass emails that I probably, because again, I'm dumb, probably said some stuff I shouldn't have said. If they pull some of my old emails of what I said about management or teachers, what I said about principals or superintendents, hell, Michelle Reed was the superintendent when I was there. You know how I felt about her. When I worked at the union, I probably said some stuff that was probably inappropriate too. So the Dumb Morris part, I probably would have gave him a pass on that. I'm just being honest. Him talking about how big the man's lips were, that was a bit much. And they said that he constantly made reference to how big his lips were. So again, we know that there are certain insults that are rooted in identity. We know that when we start talking about describing a black person, when we look at caricatures of black people, when we look at the Jim Crow and minstrel shows, we look at old cartoons that racist cartoons and old black and white movies where they did blackface. They always accentuated the big lips, right? So talking about the man lips, all right, Gruden. All right. Then, he still holds the position? Oh, my bad. I apologize. I didn't think he was still the president. All right. He's still the NFL Players Association president. Okay. My bad. Then, someone in that office said, F that, I'm moving these emails to a special group folder. That stuff about Michael Sam is really why I don't care that he got fired. It was completely. So I'm about to talk. Hey, Bap, I'm about to talk about that now. I use my work emails for work only. Heck, a coworker got fired for talking about the supervisor and emails. Dumb move. Listen, I done told y'all that story 3,000 times how I got called into my boss's office because I retweeted something on my personal Twitter. But I retweeted an article that said some not so nice things about my boss at the time. They sure did call me in the office and was like, so this how you feel? I was like, what? What you talking about? Child, I had to pretend like I hadn't read the article. I said, I didn't know it was something bad. I just saw his name and I was just retweeting it. I ain't even know. I knew what that article said. And they knew I knew what that article said. But I would deny it. Well, I'm saying it publicly now. But I would deny it till I died. Anyway, my former supervisor sometimes is in the chat. Her birthday was earlier this week. So if you in the chat, if you up in them bushes or you watching this, she know what I'm talking about. Because, okay, so I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of the story, right? So my former supervisor when I worked at the union, she got into it with, at the time, the person who was the president of the union. The two of them had a really nasty falling out, a really bad falling out. Like it went to court. It was really bad. And this is when it first happened, like when it first had popped off. And she went to the media. She went to the media and gave the media an interview, and I had retweeted that interview, child. I was like, I know. I knew what the hell it said. I knew what the hell it had said. Okay. But anyway, neither here nor there. That's another story for another day, child. Maybe I'll tell y'all that story over to the Teacher Project 2.0. Listen, I think, and I got to talk to El Teddy. I think we're going to try to do a show. We're going to try to do a show, I think, tomorrow. But if not, we're going to try to get a show to you guys this week. But I'm going to start maybe doing some story times about my education days, stories that I can tell, because some stories I can't tell y'all yet, but stories that I can tell. I think I'm gonna start doing some story times over on that over there, over there. So that's your story. You're sticking to hell. Listen, that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. And for all I know, people who was working with me at the time, like I know my old supervisor watches me from time to time, because she's dropped down in the chat a few times, and sometimes she'll send me a text message, and I know she looks at the Teacher Project 2.0 as well. I think I'm gonna invite her. See, y'all, this is how y'all be getting me off topic. I'm gonna invite her to come. I want to do a series on Michelle Reed, because we end up talking about Michelle Reed a lot on the Teacher Project, and so I am going to do what it was like working under Michelle Reed, like that whole era of education. But I want her to come on, because, and the thing I love about StreamYard is, well, everybody knows who she is and what she looks like, but she is kind of over it at this point. And so the thing I love about StreamYard is that she doesn't have to come on camera if she doesn't want to. But she had a blog at the time. And this was before she worked for the union. This was before I worked for the union. But she started this blog. And the blog was specifically started to basically be the voice of what was going on in DC. And it got to the point where her blog was like the unofficial DCPS news source. Like everybody was like, and it was called, oh shoot, what was her blog? It was called The Washington Teacher. It was called The Washington Teacher. And baby, it was like must-see TV. When she put a new post up, it was like, you see it, we would be calling each other, girl, did you see this? Did you see that? And so that's how she started getting notoriety around DC. And that's how she eventually got the job she had got at the union. And then she advocated for me to come and work at the union. That's how I got my job at the union, was because she was a large part of how I started working at the union. But we met through the union. When I started working with the union on the school level, that's how I met her. And then we built a friendship. And then anyway, like I said, I can tell y'all all that over in the Teacher Project. I'll give y'all all my business on that side. Moving on. Let's get back to John Gruden. So then John Gruden they say he made some misogynistic comments. Now, I have not seen those quotes, but I'm sure he said some nasty shit about women too. I'm sure about women being in sports and all that other stuff. But then he also made some homophobic comments. He talked about Michael Sam. And if you guys are not familiar or remember Michael Sam was the first openly gay man draft. He wasn't drafted, he was signed. Because he didn't get drafted, but somebody signed him. Or did he get drafted? Either way, he made some nasty comments about teams should not be pressured into signing that. And he used the S word. He's called him a sissy. He didn't call him the F word. Well, he may have. I'm talking about the email I saw. Gruden, hold on, let me read. Really B, please contact me. I have something to talk to you about. Okay, Richard, and I know I owe you that from a long time ago. I know I do. Gruden also called. Do me a favor, and no, never mind. I'm gonna look in my email, because I know you emailed me already. I'm gonna go through my email. I'm gonna find your information. Gruden also called Roger Goodell a vagina boy. Well, he did use those words. Yeah, exactly. Plus, he has a problem with football safety. Gruden feels NFL is doing too much for concussions. Yeah, he also made comments about the players who got involved with the kneeling situation. So he definitely, because remember, these emails go back over the last 10 years. So he's been very opinionated about all of these things that have come up. And yes, he made some homophobic comments, he made some misogynistic comments, and he made some racist comments, right? And so today, John Gruden, surprise, surprise, he resigned. He quit his job. And let's be clear, he's losing nothing. He's not losing anything. I saw a report today where Stephen A. Smith said his career is over. What? He's not losing anything. Let's be clear. The man has already been an NFL head coach and won a Super Bowl. Then when he left the NFL, he worked for ESPN. He left ESPN and he started his own training facility where coaches could come and learn from him, that was making him millions of dollars because NFL coaches were coming to his training center down in Florida and learning what he had to share. Okay, do y'all think let's go ahead and call a spade right now. Do y'all think for 1 minute that he can't go back down there, open the lights back up at his training facility, and NFL coaches won't come running to him by the dozens? Of course they are. Because in 6 months, nobody's going to be thinking about John Gruden and his racist comments. Now, will he ever be able to work for the NFL again? Probably not. Will ESPN hire him again? Maybe not. I say maybe because, again, what do I always say about time? Time heals all wounds. If John Gruden gets the what's my girl? Scandal. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The Olivia Pope treatment. If he goes and gets the right person and he goes out here and he does his apology tour and he keeps his damn mouth shut for the next year to 2 or 3 years and doesn't say and no more emails come out, in about 5 years, he'll be all right. He only 58. And I know that says only, I know some people like 58, but when I say only 58, again, let's be clear, he's a multi-millionaire. He's 58 years old. He ain't hurting for shit. He gonna go back down there. He's gonna open up his consulting firm, and people might say, hey, I don't want you to advertise that I'm coming down, but I'm gonna be down there for 2 weeks, okay? Or can you come up here for 2 weeks? We'll talk in the hotel. We'll get a hotel room. We can work at some, but let's be clear, he ain't losing nothing, y'all. And the reality of the situation, there's really nothing that we as the consumer can do because it's not working for anybody for us to boycott. You know what I'm saying? NFL coaches, college coaches, high school. Right, exactly. He's not losing nothing. He knows people who can put on with his own show or whatever, right? You and the person you're talking about should link up and do a podcast about DC stuff. I would thoroughly enjoy you ladies schooling us on DC since I don't live there. Shout, listen, that's why I want to bring her on the team. I have to talk to her and get her to come. She still currently works. I think she's retiring this year. She'll probably, because let's be clear, she's not afraid. When she did the blog, everybody knew who she was, and she wasn't afraid of retaliation. She wasn't afraid of them doing anything to her. So I'm not saying that she would be afraid to come on the blog because she's not retired yet, but it was, y'all, I cannot explain to y'all how intense those years were. It was a lot. And at the end of it, most of us were so mentally exhausted. She's just kind of over it. You know what I'm saying? So once she's no longer working a full-time job and dealing with the stuff that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, I may be able to get her on there. But I'm definitely going to get her on there. He'll be all right. He got the complexion for continuous. Exactly, Tabitha. Let's be clear. He's fine. He's gonna be fine. Gruden offended so many people on this one. He needs 3 Olivia Popes. It's so many times. Right. And let's be clear. We can put a lot of labels on John Gruden, but I think ultimately we just gotta say this is a nasty man. This is a nasty guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a nasty, nasty guy. Like, you ever see somebody that just offends everybody? Like, he just offended. He hit all of the boxes, right? He just hit all the damn boxes. You see, folks have forgotten about the Haitian refugees are still being deported into a country. Okay. I tell y'all all the time, and I say we because we all do it. To a certain extent, all of us allow ourselves to move on to the next story. I'm not saying that some of us don't pay more attention than others. I'm not saying that. I know there's some people who are very diligent and passionate about their causes. That's not what I'm saying. But to a certain extent, all of us have heard of something that was really tragic, and we've sort of kind of let it slide because we've moved on to the next thing. It's not that we're no longer. Well, shout out to the 100 people in the chat. Hey, everybody that's here. Make sure that y'all are subscribed to the channel. I appreciate y'all. And go on and hit that like button while you're here. Thank y'all for being here. Mwah. Go on with the 100 people in the chat. Right, he's the NFL Archie. You know what? I like that, Crispies. He is the NFL Archie Bunker. Because he just offended every damn body. He just offended everybody. You know what I'm saying? Also in denial saying he's not racist. Sir. I'm not even going to go down that road. A DC podcast would be interesting, really be. Hope you do that one. Child. How many podcasts y'all want me to do? I ain't got time to keep up with the shit I'm doing now. I'm going to tell y'all something that I thought was very telling, and then we're going to move on to the next story. Something I thought was very telling, an article I read, you know, they always got to find a black person to quote, right? So they asked Michael Tomlin about it. Hey, Jay Parrish. They asked Mike Tomlin about it. Now, Mike Tomlin is fine as hell. I'm just going to start there. He's fine as wine. But Mike Tomlin is the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He used to work all of the podcasts. He used to work for John Gruden. He was on his coaching staff for, I think they said 4 years before he became a head coach. I always find it interesting what people don't say. And if you look at what Mike Tomlin said about this situation, he said it's very unfortunate. And it's unfortunate for all the people that are involved. And that's all I have to say about it at this time. I thought him not saying anything was very telling. What do y'all think? Did that hit y'all any kind of way? Hey, Anthony Smith, did that hit y'all any kind of way? He said it's very unfortunate, and it's unfortunate for the people involved. And that's all I have to say about it. And I noticed he said at this time. That don't mean he ain't going to have nothing to say later, because Mike Tomlin ain't never want to bite his tongue. I think that he is going to stand back. He's going to survey the situation. He's going to see which way the wind blows. And I think he's going to have something to say. He does stay in his lane. But he also doesn't bite his tongue. When there's something to be said, he says it. When there's something to be said, he says it. Now, I don't see him doing no tell-all interviews. No, I don't see that. But I'm going to tell you what I do see. John Gruden just got a chapter in Mike Tomlin's book when he retires from football and writes his autobiography. Okay? Because let's be clear, Mike Tomlin at this point in time is the longest tenured black coach in the NFL. And he's won Crispies. Has he won 2 Super Bowls or 1? I know he's won 1 Super Bowl. He's won 2 Super Bowls or 1. Hey, Yana, girl. Hey, listen, y'all know YouTube be playing with them notifications. Yeah, I think his silence said it all. Hey, Mimi, how you doing? I think his silence says it all. Right, that sounds like I've been telling y'all, but ain't nobody want to listen. Well, Keyshawn Johnson, who played for Gruden, you know, unfortunately, sometimes the message gets said, but it's the wrong messenger. And so Keyshawn Johnson has been talking shit about Gruden since he played in the NFL. And let's be clear, that was 20 years ago to Keyshawn Johnson, 15 years ago. And him and Gruden had a very tumultuous relationship when he played. But because Keyshawn Johnson had such, you know, he had so many other things, and people called him a diva, and he was arrogant, and he was this, and he was that. Because he had so many other situations and issues, people didn't really pay attention to what Keyshawn Johnson had to say. And a lot of what he said got thrown by the wayside. So now he's kind of coming back like, I told y'all. I tried to tell y'all. Y'all ain't want to listen to me. I tried to tell you. You know what I'm saying? He has 2 rings with the Steelers. Okay, I thought it was 2. I wasn't sure on. I ain't want to misquote. All right, y'all. So that is we will definitely keep up on that, because I don't think it's over, because like I said, child, they got 600. They have subpoenaed 650,000 emails. Listen, let's be clear. They're gonna finish going through them emails. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about let's go and talk about Wendy, and then we'll end out. We'll round it up. Right. Keyshawn spoke up. He talked about Gruden a long time ago. Keyshawn spoke up for himself. Mm-hmm. One as an assistant coach and one as a head coach. Okay, so he's got 2 rings. Okay. But Mike Tomlin, when he does retire from football, one way or the other, when he leaves football, there will definitely be a conversation to be had for his story. He'll write a book. I mean, when I say he'll write a book, if he wants to, he'll be able to write a book. Hey, Jason, what's up? If he wants to write a book, the opportunity will be presented to him. Let's be clear. Yeah. So Wendy Williams ain't coming back, y'all. Wendy Williams show, they're going to start airing brand new episodes on October the 18th. The only problem is the person who the show is named after won't be there. Now, the question is, how long is Wendy Williams going to be gone? Is this permanent? Is this the beginning of the end? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? They issued a statement and they said all the nice things. They said, it was very perfectly worded. I'm sure it went through all the people who had to edit it out and go through all of the good things, right? And what was said was she's still having some health issues as it relates to her, was it Graves' disease and something else she got, and that right now she just ain't back. But the show is gonna go on without her, y'all, and that they're gonna have a panel of guest hosts like they did when she was out before. I think that, from my understanding, that there's one more year left on her contract. Whether Wendy comes back or not, I feel like this is probably the last year of the Wendy Williams show. Here's what I hope. Here's what I hope for the Wendy Williams show. I hope that Wendy will be able to come back and have a swan song season. I feel like Wendy will come back and she will make an announcement saying that this is her last season, or all good things must come to an end, yada, 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 bada, bada, bada. And then she will have her swan song season. She will have her swan song season, and that'll be that. And I think Wendy Williams will go away for a few years. And I think she will come back because people like Wendy Williams can't stop doing what she does, because this is what she's always wanted to do. You know what I mean? But I think that when she comes back, I already said I think she should do a podcast. I absolutely think she should put her health first. And I think that, where there's smoke, there's fire. Y'all know I say that all the time. And I think that there's some validity to the conversation that there's more going on with her health. I think there's some validity to that there's more going on with her health. And so I feel like there's more going on with her health. And I feel like there needs to be some concentration on that. That's the nicest way I can say what I just said. I kind of don't think she's mentally there enough to have a swan song season. I think they just need to let her heal. Well, and that's what I'm saying. She may very well not be able to do a swan song season, but I would love for her to do that. I would love for her to do that. And like I said, the reality is she doing a podcast. Mimi says she loves that idea, because I think doing a podcast would be perfect. I think doing a podcast would be great, because like I said before, she could do it from her living room. She doesn't have a lot of overhead to worry about. She can absolutely do it on her terms. Like, the reality about a podcast is you can tape 5 episodes in one day. If you want to do a daily podcast, you can just tape on Monday for the week and be good. You know what I'm saying? The thing about a podcast is you don't even have to be around people. Now, it may not be the best idea if she is dealing with other health issues. She might need to be around people. Isolation might not be good. Yeah, she does. She has to want help. She has to want help. We deserve to see some Black folks get to retirement without tarnishing everything the last 10 years of so-called life, or so of life. Yeah, but I mean, but this is on Wendy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is on Wendy. I understand. I mean, let's assume, okay. Let's just go down the road that she's had a relapse. That's the rumor. That's what's out there. And I don't really like speaking on people's, health issues, like when it comes to drugs and addiction and relapse and stuff, because, I try not to. But unless it's been confirmed. But let's assume for a minute that that's what's going on. She needs to focus on her health, but that's on her. She probably is trying to hang in there for the production teams. A lot of people will lose their job. Yeah. Well, it looks like they're gonna be able to. They're gonna roll on with this because this is what I really think is gonna end up happening. Um, I really feel like Nick Cannon should have probably waited. I hate to say it like that, but he got such rave reviews when he took over the show for Wendy, and now that he started his own talk show, it does. I don't. I mean, I don't know what the numbers look like, but I haven't heard good reviews about the show. But I feel like if he had just slid into Wendy's seat, I think it would have probably worked out better for him than what's going on right now. But you never know. You never know. But I don't think. I think this is the last year. I think regardless of whether Wendy comes back or not, I think this is it. I think this is going to be the swan song. Because from my understanding, there was only one more year on the contract. And I don't see anybody renewing her contract after the last 3 years of what they've dealt with. Because we only know about what we hear about. We don't even know about what's going on behind the scenes. And we've heard the stories that have leaked out about her being on set drunk and things like that. But child, doing a podcast is probably less stressful. She did a podcast for her radio job from home when she was pregnant on bed rest with her son. Right. Yeah. MJ didn't do it. Prince didn't do it. James Brown, Whitney, and the list goes on. And we need to see some good examples because Cosby ain't it. But you know what? I think we as a society, excuse me, tend to focus on the people that don't. Do you know how many millions of successful Black people in entertainment walked away with their head held high and lived out the rest of their life fine, and ain't nobody had no problems? Like, I know it's easy for us to point at those people that didn't, but for every, and I understand that Michael Jackson was the pinnacle and Prince, for some people, with myself, the pinnacle, and Whitney Houston was the voice. Like, I get that, but look at a Patti LaBelle, look at a Gladys Knight. You know what I'm saying? So, we can look at those people, but we can also find examples on the other side of people who did it right and weren't consumed and didn't become didn't become their addictions. You understand what I'm saying? But I understand your point. But hey, Lady Steph, but I feel like there are a lot of people that did do it, that were able to walk away. And I mean, okay, we say that Bill Cosby ain't it, but look at Felicia Rashad. You know what I mean? Look at Diane Carroll. Look at, okay, people saying Denzel, Sam Jackson. Like, I feel like I understand it's the tier and look how far back you went. But you went back to Cosby. Cosby is the same age group as a Patti LaBelle and a Gladys Knight. They the same age. I mean, I hear your point, Jason, but I'm just saying I think we always tend to look at the tragic stories and not focus on the success stories. And I get it that we've got some really bad tragic stories, but I also think that for every tragedy, we can probably point out just as many successful ones. That's just my opinion, but Kevin messed Wendy up. Wendy could have had her own production company like Oprah, and people didn't like him. She could have produced others. But see, Dom, I hear what you're saying, Diamond Pearl, but I'm not gonna blame Kevin. Listen, Wendy knew who Kevin was. Even when you look at her, the little Lifetime story, she liked the fact that he was a little roughneck and that he protected her. She liked the fact that he would be the voice for her and negotiate these contracts. I ain't gonna put all this on Kevin. I mean, was Kevin a nice guy? No. Was he a good husband? Absolutely not. But she stayed with him after multiple affairs. She knew about the girl living in the house down the street until she got pregnant. Then it was a problem. Random, but was that Felicia Rashad first TV role? Yeah, but she had been on Broadway. Felicia Rashad had already won, I think, 2 Tony Awards before she did the Cosby Show. She had been on Broadway though. I don't have idols in media. I'm axed. I don't know what that means. I'm axed. I just get sad when I hear about Wendy. I don't particularly care for her brand of entertainment, but I don't want to see that lady die. I hear y'all when y'all say it's up to her though. Yeah, I don't want to see it either. I don't want to see it at all. Tina Turner left on her own terms. Absolutely. Absolutely, she did. Tina Turner, she absolutely did. And I mean, she had a comeback story for the ages. I mean, as much as I don't fuck with Berry Gordy left on his own terms. He played, listen, he might have exploited his own people, but he played the game the way those white record execs played the game. He became a millionaire, sold his company, and got the hell out and went the hell on. Now, the people that were signed to Motown weren't so lucky, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I definitely don't want to see Wendy die. Like I don't have no, and I don't even want to see her relapse, but I know that it's a horrible disease. And I'm one of those people, I know everybody doesn't agree with that mindset, but I'm one of those people that feels like it is a disease. Drug addiction is a disease. And it's very easy for people to be like, oh, well, you can just stop. No, it's not that easy. If it were that easy, everybody would just stop. When they got tired of getting high, they would stop. It's just not that easy. Do you think it's the coke or her health with Graves? I think it's a combination. I think her recreational things is affecting the Graves. I think it's a combination. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. Me and me alone. I don't know nothing for sure. Tina is living her best life in Switzerland with her husband, child, with her fake accent, honey. Everyone says about her ex-husband. What about the effects due to her mother's death? That I'm sure that didn't help. I agree it's her fault too, but the business and bedroom is two different things. Yeah. I remember Wendy on the radio back in the day. She was ruthless. I think her time is up. She needs to concentrate on her health. I don't want to be watching TV and see. Oh Lord. Felicia Rashad was a Munchkin in the Wiz. Fun fact. Oh, look at that. I didn't know that. I didn't know she was in a Munchkin in the Wiz. I think it's a disease once you're exposed to it. Yeah. And I think that some people are I think it's in our DNA that some people have a what's the word I'm looking for addictive behavior. You know what I'm saying? Some people have different addictions, but I don't think everybody has it in their DNA. I just think that because there are some people who can pick up a crack pipe, try crack, and never do it again, and be like, hell no, I don't want that, and never do it again. There's some people who pick it up and can never put it down again. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. It just depends. Yeah, I think Wendy unfortunately Wendy, I think, has become a victim of her own success. And what I mean by that is Wendy created this lane, right? Wendy created this lane of celebrity news, shock jock news. Like you saw it in the Lifetime movie. They weren't exaggerating in the Lifetime movie when they said that Wendy created this. Nobody gave a damn about the celebrity news like Wendy started talking. Like nobody was talking on the radio about what was going on Page 6. Like they were talking about the fluff pieces that were in People magazine, the fluff pieces that were in Vogue. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was going to the gutter and looking at Page 6 and trying to figure out who these anonymous, stories were written about. And then Wendy, predisposition. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Right. Thank you, Zara. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Wendy created that. She found a market. She sold us something we didn't even know we wanted, meaning celebrity gossip and celebrity news. And now look at all around us. Hell, I do a celebrity gossip, celebrity news show. You know what I mean? That's what we talk about here. Look at how many YouTube channels. Look at TMZ. Look at all of these different areas now that have built upon this celebrity shock jock. Like look at the YouTube channels and look at the headlines we call it clickbait now. Wendy Williams was clickbait before there was a term for it. And everybody wanted to hear what she had to say. And people took her blueprint and made it their own and built their own empires. And the sad thing is that now Wendy looks like the dinosaur in the genre that she created. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I think something like a podcast will work for her, because she could go back to doing it the way she wants to do it on her terms. She doesn't need to work for anybody to do a podcast. Do you know how many of these large podcast platforms would love to have Wendy Williams do a podcast on their platform? And all she has to do is film it, upload it, and go on with her life and not think no more about the shit. Right. Everybody wanted to hear the blind item of the day. What's up, Demean girl? What's up, good? She said the blueprint for her was at Howard Stern. Yeah. And how, Lord, if anybody knows the history of Howard Stern, now Howard Stern is actually the king of shock jock. I mean, he's the king of it, and he's paid the cost for being it. But he took some step backs, but he became a multimillionaire doing it. Yeah. Yeah. And so that's what I think. That's just my opinion about Wendy. Now, ain't nobody asked me for my opinion, but if anybody were to call me and say, what do you think Wendy Williams should do? I think she should take a sabbatical. I think she should go, because the other thing is absence makes the heart grow fonder. But it would be twofold. Go get healthy. Go get away from the spotlight where people aren't reporting on what you're doing every day, seeing if you coming in and out of hospitals, what kind of hospital you coming in and out of, how long you was at the hospital, was it a regular hospital, was it go away. Go away for about a year. And then January 1 of 2023, debut the Wendy Williams podcast. You're probably gonna have to come up with another name, because the Wendy Williams show is probably trademarked and it probably belongs to whoever, whatever. But come up, I mean, you could, anything with your name in it and your logo is gonna sell tickets. Everybody, the same people that love her now will listen to her podcast. She needs a good professional exit strategy. Yeah. And I'm sure she has a non-compete clause in her contract. So she probably can't do anything for a year. And that's good. Take that year, girl, go live on an island somewhere for a year where don't nobody even know who you are for real, for real. You know what I mean? She had Philly on lock too. They hated to love her. Yeah. And I didn't even remember her being in DC. I guess I was too young when she was in DC to pay attention. Because I told y'all when Wendy Williams, when the show came on Lifetime, she was on Kathy Hughes' channel. And Kathy Hughes' old station was an AM station. And I remember listening to, but I didn't listen. I only listened to Kathy Hughes because that was one of the only stations where they would play rap on the radio down here in DC back then. Like, that's the only place you could hear rap. So I listened to Kathy Hughes because Conan O'Brien, I said Conan O'Brien, the Conan show, he had a show, I want to say it was Sunday nights, y'all. He did a show on Sunday nights where he played rap. And then during the week, he would do his top 5 countdown. And usually the top 5 countdown was the same damn 5 songs. Every once in a while, a new song would come into the countdown, but it was pretty much the same damn 5 songs every night. And that was the only place we could listen to rap. Child, because we don't want no Nick. Well, I don't watch her show anyway, so I don't know who on there. I don't know who gonna put on there. I ain't gonna see it no way. I ain't gonna see it no way. Child. So let's get into this last story. Y'all done had me on here for an hour and 15 minutes. We'll do a nice little what's up, Dominique? Hey, we'll do a nice little, hour and a half, child. We'll round it up to an hour and a half, child. So Nicki Minaj. First of all, I know everybody is all excited and they are going up for Nicki Minaj being on the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. I'm not one of them. Yeah, I'm not one of them. Am, am I the only one that remembers that she is currently being sued for harassing the victim of her husband's sexual misconduct? Like, am I the only one that remembers that? Like, we legit had this woman on a whole platform and that deals with on a show that is all women, that is a woman's cast, And we had the woman who was protecting the man that sexually assaulted this. Because let's be clear, he was convicted. So it's not alleged. He was convicted. And I don't want to hear nobody saying, oh, well, he took the plea. Whatever, he took the plea. He was convicted. He pled guilty. So as far as I'm concerned, he did it. I am not excited. Now, am I going to still watch the reunion? Yes, I'm going to watch the reunion because it ain't all about her. But I'm not excited. Okay. I was not here for that. I was not here for it. Oh, you okay? Now that's what. Now listen, that is the one time I would be here for Candace's mouth. If Candace comes back, I would be here for Candace's mouth. If she come for Candace, because I heard she came for Candace. Now she said that she feel like she came for all of them equally, but I don't know. They said she came for Candace, honey, child. Her husband probably can't even go to the hotel for the reunion with her, child. He might listen, don't get me lying. I don't know, child. I don't know. Don't get me telling no lies. I don't know. But that ain't even what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to throw that out there. What I want to talk about was, so Nicki Minaj is being accused of helping this Jessie girl who used to be a part of a British pop group over from the UK. She left the pop group back last year because she said that it was too much mentally on her, so she left the group. And she came back and she looked like a black woman. She came back and she looked like a black woman. And so they are accusing her of blackfishing. So instead of catfishing, she's blackfishing. And they're saying, because Nicki Minaj is on a song with this woman. And so, of course, Nicki Minaj is getting a lot of backlash. And of course, she never met a comeback that she didn't like. So, of course, she's responding to what was being said. And her response is basically, why can't she do whatever she want to do with her body? If she want to go put injections in her lips and she want to make her hips bigger and she want to get a tan, so what? What's the big deal? I mean, I've had surgery and I wear contacts and I wear blonde hair. So what's the big deal? That was basically her response. Then she decided to go left and start talking about how people can't take criticism. And I'm thinking to myself, pot, meat, kettle? What do you mean she can't take pot, meat, kettle? Kettle's black. I just no, I don't think, no, from my understanding, she's not co-hosting, but they brought her on for a segment or two. I don't think she's co-hosting the whole thing because they didn't even the women on the show didn't know she was there. They filmed part of the reunion and then they brought her out. That's the way it was explained to me. From my understanding, she's not there the whole time. There wasn't another artist she could have come back with. Wasn't she on American Idol? She could have got one of them. Well, the thing was, this was an artist that I guess asked to work with her. But my thing is this, to a certain extent, she's right. People can do whatever they want to do with their bodies. I mean, we see it all the time. Some people do too much with the plastic surgery. They go overboard. It is what it is. But there's a difference between, okay, so let's say this. I mean, let's use, forget what I was getting ready to say. Black people have a right to feel some kind of way when they feel like you are going out of your way to accentuate the parts. Because here's the problem. Here's the difference. Okay, here it is right here. Listen. Yes, Nicki, you wear blonde hair down to your butt. Yes, Nicki, you might wear contact lenses. Okay. But here's the difference between you wearing blonde hair and you wearing contacts to make your eyes blue or whatever it is that you do with these contacts that you're talking about. The problem is You are not going out here and changing your appearance to things that white women are picked on and talked about and disrespected about, right? You are getting things that white women are heralded for. Blonde hair, blue eyes. That's the ideal, right? The blonde hair, blue-eyed woman, right? White woman, right? Whereas with black women, you've got these white women going out and getting the hips and the booty and the full lips and the tan, and they are mimicking the exact same things that we as black women are put down for and made fun of and teased about and have been made to feel our whole lives that makes us ugly. Do you see the difference, Nicki? Do you understand why that is a frustration for us as black women, that we see the Kardashians of the world being heralded for their big booties and we're like, but wait a minute, hello, right here. We have women like Lisa Rinna who are disfiguring their bodies. Do you see Lisa Rinna's lips? Trying to get these bigger, fuller lips. Now that's her trademark. Oh, everybody knows Lisa Rinna because of these big lips. That Nicki needs to be on a permanent job, personal leave, or she can take a sabbatical for a while until her baby graduates from college. Child, that'll be the first time her husband be able to come to the graduation. I said it. Because we know he can't come to the kindergarten graduation. He can't come to the 6th grade graduation. He can't come to the middle school graduation. He can't even go to the high school graduation. College will be the first time he'd be able to be there. But white people aren't the only ones born with these features. Black people are born with blonde, straight hair and blue eyes. That's genetics. Nicki needs to educate herself. Yeah, I understand. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely correct, Tabitha. And there's some white women who are born with big, full lips and big booties. I mean, it goes both ways. Genetics, it goes both ways. But the point is, the point that I'm making is, you're making it seem like what you're doing is equal to what these other women are doing when they're trying to mimic what a black woman's body is. You know what I'm saying? Some of them kids gonna be 17. Yeah, but some of them kids gonna be under 18 and he can't be there. Has Nicki ever come out and defended anybody who wasn't dead wrong? I can't. I can only think of Normani. Child. I don't even know. Buying the black girl aesthetics and then turning profit. Right. I saw somebody write Kylie Jenner. Right. Kylie Jenner made $1 million off of plumping her lips. Like, girl. Well, I mean, millions, not a million. Millions. There's no way Nicki can man make it. Let's do a pool when they see the first sign of divorce. Child. Nicki got upset with Michael B. Jordan when he was going to name his rum after a Trinidadian festival. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I remember that. I don't think we talked about it here, but I saw when it happened. Yeah, because Michael was like, all right, fine, fuck it. I'll change the name. Damn. I mean, that ain't what he said, but I feel like that's what he said. I feel like that's what he said. Like, damn, all right, fine. Okay. Yeah. So that is the latest Nicki Minaj news, y'all. Listen, ain't nobody got time for Nicki Minaj and her craziness. I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. I really have never been, honestly. And it's no disrespect to her talent. I've just never been a fan. So, right. Nicki is always supporting the wrong thing. She was just supporting white supremacy and tearing down a black woman. Yeah. I mean, listen, I still ain't forgot about her not taking the vaccine because her cousin, sister, uncle, brother had swollen testicles. I mean, I'm still on that one. I'm not letting that one go. I'm not letting that one go. That's an exception, not the rule, though. It's rare to see black people with blonde hair and blue eyes. Yeah, it does exist, but it is rare. Facts on facts on facts. Bo Derek going back in time. Yeah, you went back with that one, Auntie Didi. Got all the shine. Right. Oh my gosh. And I wasn't even around, but I remember, because y'all know I love biographies and stuff like that. Again, Y'all know I used to talk. Y'all know I love my Intimate Portrait that used to come on Lifetime. That's a show they need to reboot. They need to reboot Intimate Portrait down to the Lifetime. But I believe they did an Intimate Portrait on Bo Derek, and I remember how much they made of Bo Derek and them damn cornrows. And I remember I was a kid watching it. I was probably in middle school or high school when I watched it, and I remember thinking, hell, I've been wearing my hair like that since I was a kid. Like, I've been getting my hair cornrows since I was a baby. Like, I was like, what's the big deal? What? Right. And with that situation, she supported Tucker Carlson and dogged out Joy Reach. Yep, she sure did. Sure did. I've never been a fan, but she's making bad decisions. I remember Bo Derek on Fashion House. Child. You know, remember the episode of Friends when they went to Jamaica and the girl, Courtney Cox, got her hair cornrowed. And the braids got stuck in the ceiling fan. Remember that? Mm-hmm. But ignored the warnings regarding putting a fixer flat in your behind. Okay. T Lounge, thank you. And thank you. And that's it right there. That's it right there. This woman has had multiple plastic surgeries. She has injected poisonous toxins into multiple parts of her body, but she won't take the vaccine. I'm going to just let that sink in. I'm going to just let that sink in for y'all. I'm just saying for the people in the back. I'm going to just let that one sink in. You have had multiple things injected in your body. Multiple places. Multiple places. But you won't take the vaccine. And on that note, I'm getting out of here, y'all. I thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. We got over 100 in the chat today. For all of y'all that came through, if it was your first time, please come back again. If you were here before, I thank you for coming back again. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and that you hit the like button on your way out. I love y'all. Well, I was about to steal El Teddy. I'm still an El Teddy. I love y'all and I love on y'all. I stole it from El Teddy. Mwah. Thank y'all so much. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.